This is a big one. Ruslan claimed on both the Sean Ryan show and in our conversation that his church is financially transparent with their donors. He proudly handed me their financials. Rhythm Church's annual impact report.
Right here. Hey, I brought you a copy.
Perfect. Can I see it?
Sure, you can see it.
It was a snazzy, colorful looking booklet that had about 50 something pages, and 2 of those 50 pages had anything to do with financials. I held up the 2 pages. It was a colorful pie chart that read in the center of the pie chart, 1.2 million in expenses. What's your revenue?
1.2 million.
No, this is your expenses.
That's our overall gross that came in for last year, 1.2 million.
So you spend every dollar that comes in.
So this year we have 400K in reserves, and we have 2 million that's coming in this year. I know my church is
not a financial report though.
It's a great chart. Show the chart. It's a chart.
It's a great
chart.
It looks like something I would build in 10th grade.
It's a good chart.
What is ministries?
It's our blessed local event.
Funds dedicated to specific ministry programs and initiatives. Yes. This includes youth ministry, adult ministry, worship ministry, and more. What is in more?
Some of the outreach we do is the
soup kitchens. So you spend $250,000 a year on this, but no one knows where it goes.
I know where it goes.
That is the depth of Ruslan's church's financial transparency. That is not financial transparency. That is marketing. A pie chart with a single number tells you nothing about revenue, nothing about actual salaries, nothing about where the money actually goes. It's a summary designed to look open while revealing almost nothing. What does Jeff Moores make?
I know what Jeff Moores makes.
So what does he make?
That's none of your business.
Is that part of the $444,000 in salary?
Yes.
Or is it different?
No, it is.
You have 15 staff.
We have 15 staff.
$444,000 in income and benefits for 15 staff.
I think they do benefits on their own. I believe they do benefits on their own.
But all salaries for Rhythm Church employees as well as employee benefits are tucked into that.
Yeah. So there's some benefits, but I don't know what they do specifically for health insurance. We recently had this conversation. Yeah. So there you go. So that's our budget.
True transparency means access to real financials, revenues, expenses, payroll, programs, and audits. That's not rocket science, or at least it shouldn't be rocket science. It's standard practice for any organization or business that values transparency and accountability to its shareholders or its stakeholders, you, the donor. So why do so many churches and church leadership give so little information, yet speak with such confidence about being transparent?
Healthy churches disclose to members.
This is not disclosure, bro.
That is totally a disclosure.
This is not disclosure, guys.
You say, hey, that's not disclosure. I think that's fine. I think that's beyond fine. I think anyone that's reasonable, if they walk into my church and they go, hey, what's the money being spent on? And we go, here you go. 39% goes to staffing.
37 goes to staffing, including benefits, which that number doesn't make sense because that's $444,000 spread across 15 full-time employees, which includes benefits. That's an average of like $29,000.
We have part-time folks. My pastor doesn't make a ton.
So I'm sitting here looking at this going, man, that doesn't make sense. Most of your congregants are probably sitting there going, this doesn't make sense either.
Why does it make sense to you? Because you think we're not spending enough on staffing?
Well, I don't know. Like, are you underpaying your employees per your own argument? And then also speak with such confidence about how you should give them more money. Because in many religious institutions and organizations today, this has become the status quo. For decades now, churches have moved away from detailed public reporting. 50 years ago, when my grandparents were young, it was normal for congregants to see actual balance sheets. Churches were smaller and openness was expected. Today, the trend has flipped. Churches have grown into multi-million-dollar operations. It is about the business. They call it kingdom building, but often share less information, not more. And the less they share, the more unquestioned authority they retain. What is one legal safeguard baked into religious organizations?
I gave you one though.
Board of directors?
Board of directors. You can't assign your own salary. You can't assign your own salary. It doesn't matter who's on my salary. I'm not going to tell you what pastor. I'm not going to tell you what my pastor makes either. I know who's on our board. It goes back
to your idea.
I know who's on our board.
Transparency is trust and unity. No, it's not. Transparency is transparency. Transparency is, hey, who's on your board? You should say, Nathan, here's who was on my board. Nathan, that is transparency.
Let me give you.
Transparency isn't about distrust. It's about stewardship. Congregants are the ones funding these institutions. They deserve to know how their money is being used. And if the church truly believes it's handling resources ethically, then there's nothing to hide. A pie chart is not transparency. It is a placeholder for accountability that's gone missing. If leadership want to rebuild trust, then they have to go back to real openness because transparency doesn't threaten integrity. It proves it. It's time for these silly pie charts that my daughter would love to color to go into the trash can of botched good intentions. It's time for religious institutions to live up to public scrutiny. It's time for leadership to be above reproach, and it starts with the institution and leadership stepping into the light. One of the most quoted verses in the world, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish and have eternal life, is a great verse. But a few verses later, it said, Christ came into the world to save the world, but men loved the darkness rather than the light, for their deeds were evil.